MATIC versus Tether on the daily chart with our Bollinger Bands. What do we got? Well, we've been sliding down the slide here. We're well outside of the bands the past several days, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Even today, we were started outside of it, and now we're back up in it. So 95% of your price action is going to happen inside your Bollinger Bands. So to the downside, to the upside, look at if you get many days in a row outside the top, outside the bottom, you're probably going to have a pretty harsh reaction back to the inside, which we did to the top. Snap back down, snap back down, snap back down. Let's go ahead and reverse this to snap back up. So if MATIC and the rest of the market has a little bit of a rebound, which looks like we might be starting, fingers crossed, where could we potentially bounce up to for MATIC? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look-see. So zooming in here, we want volume to continue up with our prices. So hopefully we have, volume starts rising the rest of the day. We wanted to look for tomorrow, volume to increase tomorrow, and we want our prices to rise. And where we would look for some kind of a potential, our next resistance band is somewhere towards the bottom of these candles and the bottom of the wicks, or this 21-day EMA, and or the median line of the Bollinger Bands here, this purple line, whichever one comes first. And likely it's probably going to be one of these lines. So you might say, why? Well, don't ask why. Just sit there, shut up, and listen. Rebounds are often met with resistance at one of those 3 points, either the previous candles, the 21-day EMA, or the Bollinger Bands median line. So that's where we're looking at. So if we are to bounce all the way up to one of these levels, let's take a measured move. So the bottom of the wick, we hit this low of $1.30 back yonder a couple days ago, right? So let's take a measured move and see where we would go. So if we bounce up to like with the 190 area, the bottom of those kind of wicks, that's still a 47% rally. All right, so we've already rallied up 17% from the lows. So going into these yellow lines, depending on when we do it, if we get real bullish over the next day or two, we could still be up in here. But if it takes another 3-4 days, maybe we bounce up, 40% bounce is $1.80. So when we get close to this, assuming we continue this rally, and if you want to de-risk your portfolio, not financial advice, but these are often times to do it in case of a further retracement, which, a lot of YouTubers are calling for. But I need to remind you that don't be too deterministic in your thinking about what needs to happen. Bitcoin does not care. It does not usually rhyme or reason with any YouTubers, as we've come to know, myself included. So, take this with a grain of salt, if you will. Take it as set in stone, if you will. But if we continue these rallies, oftentimes a lot of these coins, altcoins especially, will either rally into the bottom of these kind of previous candles, so you can go look at anything, or, the 21-day EMA or the Bollinger Band median line, just like we did back here. Look at these. So we come back down, kind of hit these around this 21-day EMA. We don't have to go right to it. Look at the support right at the median, right? We come down to it, depending on how, crazy you got outside is how harsh your pullback is into the band. So we've been going pretty hard to the outside bottom of this. So I would expect some kind of at least temporary relief rally out of a lot of coins. As long as Bitcoin just, steadies down, altcoins can recover a little bit. Bitcoin is still the coin to be if you want to have the least volatile, least risky play. Plain and simple. Until Bitcoin gets back above its 21-week, altcoins will generally get hit harder if Bitcoin drops and generally underperform if Bitcoin rises. So the coins have gotten hit hardest, obviously, like AVAX, AMP, Polkadot, they're rallying a little bit harder right now. As they're well overdue in the waterboarding area. They need to come up for a little air before we kill them. Okay, so they're doing that. Hopefully the rally can continue another couple days at least. But remember, just because everyone thinks we're going back down lower doesn't mean that that's going to happen. We want to look for signs. We'll be here, daily. Follow us on Telegram if you want more updates than what you see here on YouTube. If you want more tips and tricks, you subscribe to our private Telegram and you get a bunch more videos. So more help from me. That's where it is. Be it, do it, live it, love it. I'll see you on the next one. Fear and Greed Index is at 12. We're still extremely scared. Nightmares on all streets.